界杯保龄球大赛决赛现场。
Over the last 5 days, 63 women, 81 men from 83 different countries competed in a series of 36 qualifying games, and we're now down to the last 4 in both the men's and ladies' division.
在过去的5天里，从83个不同国家来的63位女选手以及81位男选手，在经过了36场淘汰赛之后，现在我们看到的都是男女组的4场。
The format for this afternoon's finals in both divisions will be one-game matches. The first match will be between the number 1 qualifier and the number 4 place qualifier. And the second match will be between the 2nd place qualifier and the 3rd place qualifier.
今天下午男女组比赛各2场，经过4场，从而选出球员进行最后的冠军角逐。第1场是1号和4号球员，第2场是2号和3号球员。
And then the winners of these matches will play for the title match to become the QubicaAMF World Champion for this year 2016. So, ladies and gentlemen.
以上每组获胜者将获得资格进入最后的决赛，从而争夺52届 QubicaAMF 世界杯保龄球大赛的冠军。
So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our athletes in our first match. From Singapore, leading qualifier of the week, Bernice Lim.
所以让我们有请第1场的运动员来自新加坡的 Bernice Lim。
Her opponent in match number 1 is from Sweden, Jenny Wegner.
以及她的对手来自瑞典的 Jenny Wegner。
So, ladies and gentlemen, the ladies will have 5 minutes of practice, and then the match will begin. So, ladies, commence your practice.
接下来有5分钟的练习时间，然后比赛即将开始。
You got 5 minutes.
赛已经开始了，让我们有请来自新加坡和瑞典的选手。
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bowl TV. This is Matt Canizaro, and we are live in Shanghai for the final round of the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. We've got the semifinals now here for the women. It's been a long week of competition. In this first match, we've got Sweden's Jenny Wegner as the number 4 seed coming in, and our top seed, Bernice Lim of Singapore. In our other semifinal match, it'll be Danielle McEwen of the United States taking on Shaidat Al-Hamidi of Malaysia. The two semifinal winners will face off for the World Cup here in 2016. We're joined now by Rick Vogelsang, sorry about that.
No problem. Volkswagen.
Volkswagen from coach of Switzerland. And we're getting settled in here. Chris Barnes stopping in. He's going to do his best clapping and water bottle delivery today for Danielle as she bowls in our next semifinal again. Number 1 versus number 4, 2 and 3. And then the two winners will bowl for the championship. We have a scoreboard off to the side, so we'll switch back and forth to that when we get a chance. Right now we're just getting settled in for the first frame for Bernice Lim. She led all week long. Bowled great.
And that's not a bad opening.
Yeah, a little different here. We bowled the entire 36 games downstairs at House Bowling, a 24-lane bowling center here at the Luan Sports Complex. And now for the final round, we've got a 2-lane installation up here in the basketball arena. Awesome setup here. A couple thousand people here to watch live and in person. And this will be broadcast on Chinese TV. So a little different environment. Again, 36 games downstairs. All of a sudden, here we are with the bright lights and the high ceilings. And we'll see how our bowlers can hold up in a change of venue.
Brand new lanes and bright lights.
So Lim starts with a strike, 3-6-10 in frame number 2. And Coach Barnes says there's a little more hook up here in the arena.
Even more.
42-foot pattern this week down at House Bowling. Very challenging for the players. If you shot 200, it was a great score. So adding a little more hook and, of course, the TV lights, and things get a little bit tricky.
It's a lot of pressure.
All right, so the opening now for Jenny Wegner, the number 4 seed. Spare in the first. And she can capitalize on the miscue by Bernice Lim. And she does with a great shot, slaps out the 10.
Yep.
This is the first time the World Cup has been held in China in decades. Last time,
Beijing.
Beijing in 1991. That was a lifetime ago.
And a double.
A couple of titles here for Singapore at the World Cup 2012. Shayna Ung took home the title 2008. Jasmine Young Nathan. And for Sweden,
Great job.
They swept in 1986, so pretty cool to see that. Both sides, possibility of that today with Martin Larson and Jenny Wegner.
That was a great shot. Yes, possibility is there.
And Sweden also winning on the women's side in 1991 in Beijing. But if Bernice Lim has anything to say about that, she is back on track with a strike in the third. Let's see if we can take a quick look at the scores. Not too bad of an angle here. You see.
No, as long as I think if we pass the fourth frame, it will be.
All right, here's Lim looking to double up, and she does.
And she does.
Makes the adjustment on that left lane and got ourselves a match here.
Well, we won't pick any favorite because top 8 downstairs was also within any game anyone could go in.
Yeah, definitely a star-studded top 8. Very familiar names from various women's events on the PWBA Tour and around the world. World Championships last year. So it could have been any one of the 8, and even going into the last couple games, 8th place still was just 100 or so pins out of the TV show. So once we get here, again, new venue, shootout format. So it'll be a knockout, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and seeding only good for lane choice at this point. And the 2 winners of the semifinals will meet for the title. So again,
good look up here. So Chris has a good look from up here. Scouting a little.
Chris Barnes will coach Danielle McEwen in the next semifinal. Danielle will take on Shaidatul Hamidi of Malaysia, another top player on the Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. So a familiar face here on Bowl TV. Chris Barnes commenting on the installation here. The QubicaAMF crew doing a great job getting the lanes ready for this. Unfortunately, there's nothing the installation can do about spare shooting, Nick, or Rick, holy cow. We talked about this earlier today. Costly, careless mistakes along the way in over 36 games.
It's like you said before, it's when you shoot a 205, 200, you had a good game, and that doesn't just been built up only by strikes, but you need your spare game. And now, even here under these circumstances, pressure is even greater. So.
Bernice Lim taking advantage of it with a strike in the 5th. Take a quick look at the scores there. You see Jenny Wegner dropping the spare in the 5th. Bernice doing so in the 2nd.
Looks like even in the back it's a solid build. Some good pin reaction.
And she can't get the 10 to go. For the 4-7-10 in the 6th. She went high on that lane the first time, struck second time around, and that one creeps up again. So the players just got done with their 8 games of round robin match play downstairs, immediately came up to the arena, had about 30 minutes of practice, trying to figure out these 2 lanes, and now it's showtime. She gives it a run and gets 1. Now advantage Fagner if she can take advantage of the opportunity.
Do you know that even one of those players already played in an arena final?
Well, Bernice Lim actually took home the USBC Queens title in a similar setting, not quite as vast with the high ceilings. Still bright lights of TV, live TV even, back this summer in Las Vegas. But I imagine there's nothing like being here in a foreign land and being surrounded by the many bowling fans in the Shanghai area. Being the one representative from your country with the World Cup title on the line.
There's still people coming in.
Great shot by Yenny, and denied the double by the 10 pin. She will be in the lead here though, in control, as we are in the back half of this first semifinal match. Winner advances to the championship here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup.
Just an interesting fact that Bernice is the number 7 of Singapore. Didn't make the national team. Went over to the States. Won a title there, and now she's bowling here for another one.
Well, that just goes to show you how talented the players from Singapore are, and how much of their lives they dedicate to the sport and training. And definitely want to stay on top of your game, because if you don't, there's a long, deep list of players ready to take your place. And a great job.
Yeah. Doubles up.
By Bernice there with the double. Absolutely. So Yenny now with a 7-pin lead.
shot.
Jenny won't back down. Let's take a look at the scores while we have this opportunity. As you can see, advantage Wegner. Wegner max score 236 up here in the 9th frame. Best that Lim can do, 229. Big double there, puts the pressure on Lim, who's going to finish first.
Great shot.
Lim working on the double in the 7th and 8th. Again, 229 max for the number 1 seed. She's going to make this tough on Jenny for sure. So some of the pressure now off of Wegner. 3-6 for Lim here in the 10th frame. Best she can do, 207.
So the final score for her is 207.
So Jenny will have to mark in the 10th frame.
Yep.
She will have to have a mark to get past number 1 seed Bernice Lim and advance to the final here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Here's the shot.
Spinner better lane. Yep, and she does.
Just a high trip on the 4-pin, and that is enough. Jenny Wegner will advance. There's another look at it. Now maybe say time to try something, but by the time she's back out here, the lanes are going to be a little bit different. We've got our next semifinal coming up. That'll be Danielle McEwen and Shaidat Hamidi. And then the two winners will meet for the championship. Great week for Bernice Lim. She bowled the highest game of the event.
Yes.
She was the leader on the women's side for many, many games of the 36. We've got 4 great champions in the semifinals. Final score 224, 207. Jenny Wegner advances. She'll take on the winner of the McEwen-Hamidi semifinal. We'll have that coming up next. This is Matt Canizaro for Bowl TV and Rick Vogelsang, coach of Switzerland, here at the 2016 World Cup in Shanghai. We'll take a break while they get ready to practice, and we'll have the next semifinal coming up in just one moment.
来自
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the contestants will have 5 minutes practice and then the semi-final match will begin.
接下来将会有5分钟的练习时间，然后正式比赛即将开始。
All right, folks, right now we're just getting ready for practice here for our second semifinal on the women's side. In the opening match, Jenny Wegner of Sweden defeated top seed Bernice Lim of Singapore 224-207. And now we'll wait and see Danielle McEwen of the United States and Shaidatul Hamidi of Malaysia do battle here. They're the 2 and 3 seeds respectively, and the winner will advance to take on Jenny Wegner in the championship match here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. A little different scenario this year. We bowled 36 games downstairs at House Bowling, 24-lane bowling center here, and moved upstairs to this special arena setting for the finals. A couple thousand people here, bowlers and bowling fans alike from around here in Shanghai, and of course all the competitors this week. 84 countries represented, 81 men and 63 women, and now we're down to the final 4 on each side. So we've got about 5 minutes of practice here for Shaidatul and Danielle, and then they will get to business here in our 2-lane installation up in the basketball arena at the Luan Sports Complex here in Shanghai. It has been a terrific week, very exciting final couple games in the top 8, and really it could have gone any way. I think the top 2 seeds, McEwen and Bernice Lim, were looking pretty solid there most of the way, but the next 2 spots in the semifinals certainly up for grabs with a couple games to go. And anything could have happened, and we've got 4 of the best players in the world battling here in the semi. So really the only advantage to being the higher seed is the lane choice. And for Danielle McEwen, she had her eyes set on the top 4 all along. She had 2 4th-place finishes at the World Cup back in 2012 and 13. And back then, the finals format was a top 3 step ladder. So she just missed the opportunity to bowl for the title. And this year, with the new format, 4 players advancing to the semifinals, the knockout round. Getting 4th place would have been just fine, but she qualified 2nd behind Bernice Lim. Now we'll have choice of lane here in her match against Hamidi. Danielle very motivated, of course, and coming off of a couple of great years on the Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. Picked up a couple titles out there, and said she is far from the same player who finished 4th back in 2013. She has learned a lot about herself and the sport. Works very hard at the mental aspects of bowling as well as bowling for a living. And I think the biggest thing in those 4 years is just tons of international travel and getting comfortable with traveling with bowling equipment and getting to the different countries and time changes and cuisine and all the different things that could make it a little bit challenging along the way. She came straight here from Korea from another event and is a world traveler now. Her and Marshall Kent, that's what they do. They'll head from here to the next event, wherever that might be. World Series of Bowling coming up. A couple events in Las Vegas. We'll see them at the US Open most likely in early November. So to say that these ladies are not sharp would be silly. With the PWBA Tour, 14 weeks long, just wrapping up a couple weeks ago. They have bowled and seen some very challenging lane conditions over the year, and we've seen both McEwen and Scheidel out there doing things, and the ladies side especially just stronger than ever, and we're going to see that coming up again in 2017. The PWBA schedule already released. We saw the bowlers from Singapore come out and have a great year. A couple titles going to, of course, Bernice Lim winning the USBC Queens, and she's not even on the national team. That's the incredible part about Singapore. It's just how deep their team is. New Wei Fen having a great year, Rookie of the Year. And Sherry Tan winning a title as well. Jazreel Tan winning in 2015. And we saw them come out for 5 events and have great success. And of course, with all the bowling there is to do overseas, that is what they do, but only a limited amount of time they could be in the United States. And then when Singapore disappeared, Malaysia stopped by for 4 weeks and bowled very, very well. And it's incredible, the international representation that they have on tour and at the major events. And interesting to see what happens in 2017 if they figure out a way to spend more time out there, and plenty of FaceTime on CBS Sports Network in the United States. Some of the players have an experience in college as well.
That's for them. It's for them as well. Great, to compete in the U.S. in all those tournaments. And I think it's going to make them even stronger. Stronger they already are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our second semi-final match from the United States of America, Daniel McElwain, and from Malaysia, Sayudu Abia.
女士们、先生们，接下来是女比赛的第2场，来自美国的选手和来自马来西亚的选手。
All right, so we are ready now for our second semifinal. It is the United States' Danielle McEwen taking on number 3 seed Shaidal Hamidi of Malaysia. This is Matt Canizaro with USBC, joined by Rick Vogelsang, coach of Switzerland, here with some expert insight in the booth about what we're seeing here on the lanes, and a very challenging 42-foot oil pattern this week, where 200 absolutely was a great score. That would get you in the top 10 or 12, and then it was all about just making spares and winning matches. And now we're down to the final 4.
Yeah, I think she put a really, really good score down, Jenny. It's looks like there's even more friction out here than downstairs, and it's just, ball control and keep the speed going, and this has been all week long the 10 pin. That's why you see the scores around the 200, 210, 215. With a good spare game. Now it's all that plus a lot of more pressure.
Well, the way the players described it throughout the week, once they felt like they were lined up and comfortable, it was time to move lanes, or they would throw 2 or 3 great shots in a row, and then all of a sudden a split, another couple good shots and a split, and it certainly can be mentally challenging, having that happen, and then of course moving from one side of the center to the other. And
yeah, it's been just that change after 5 frames. You have to make a change, and if you don't do it, you get punished. Here again, it's a complete different scenario.
First shot for Scheidadel. She had a great day yesterday, throwing shots just like that. She climbed up into the top 8 with the highest 8-game total of the day among the round of 24, and then just kept on going today and found her way to the number 3 seed for TV. She's no stranger to the bright lights and even bowled a perfect game on extra frame at a PWBA Tour event. And of course, Malaysia with a rich bowling history. A name that comes to mind, Shalin Zulkifli, a champion at the World Cup, I believe.
And also here we just see again that the left lane looks to pick up a bit earlier.
We saw in our opening match a 224-207 win for Jenny Wegner over top seed Bernice Lim. And you're absolutely right. Left lane seemed to check up on the players. Bernice left a 3-6-10 and chopped it early. And then Jenny left a 6-10 and missed that. So they exchanged early open frames. And then it was just a matter of who's going to carry the rest of the way. They threw great shots. And
Oh yeah.
Jenny able to hold on for the victory. And she will await the winner of this match in the championship coming up next.
Oh, great shot.
McEwen strikes in the second frame after a spare in the first. Now she can figure out this left lane. If she's been paying attention in her eyes this week, 2014 World Cup champion, future Hall of Famer, PBA winner, Chris Barnes. That is a pretty good guy to have in your corner.
Yes, yes. Has a good pair of eyes, and now as a coach he can really makes a difference.
Danielle goes a little bit high, leaves a 4-pin. There's Chris Barnes in the background, giving the nod of approval. He was up here during our first match and keeping an eye on things. He said he likes what he sees with this installation as far as both lanes being the same. To put 2 lanes in quickly, a lot of work has to be done.
It's an amazing job they did. If you look what they accomplished here in a week, with all, not even the lanes, also the surrounding, the scoreboards, the monitors. It's amazing.
The players only had 30 minutes to practice prior to the start of competition. So Coach Barnes really had to take some quick notes, and he came up here to get a different perspective during the first semifinal and saw what he needed to and went down and clearly a little bit more hook or earlier hook on the left lane and able to figure that out for a great shot. And I think at least here in the women's side, whoever can figure that left lane out and throw a couple doubles, it's going to be your winner. Scheidadel 2 for 2 on the right lane. There's a look at the replay. 42-foot pattern. And a lot of friction downstairs, even more friction upstairs. So,
yeah, brand new. So. All right.
Our first double of this semifinal, and Scheidadel jumps out to the lead here as we near the halfway point. I believe they call that the upper deck 7. That was a terrific shot, high flush. And number 7 just won't cooperate. Hard to make an adjustment off of that great shot. Rick, what do you think?
I would, I would, I would just wait for the next one because that was a great shot. And sometimes, yeah, well, is that luck or unlucky? But I think it's also Chris. Okay, there is a bit more friction here, but the scoring characters and the way it goes, it's exactly the same as downstairs. Would we see a huge game? Maybe. Well,
right.
both go figure it out, so.
McEwen goes light, mixes them up, and she's got her first strike on the left lane. Let's take a look at the scores. A little tough to see with this angle, but there they are on our giant scoreboard. You see Hamidi with the lead, up by 11. Look at Barnes and McEwen talking through things.
Yeah, we just have to wait until the right lane has to be reset.
I think Chris is saying, you know, hey, can you believe how large my noggin looks on that 200-foot scoreboard above the lanes? Again, Chris Barnes winning this event in his only appearance back in 2014, so he understands the prestige and the pressure, and has been a great asset to Team USA this week. Helping Marshall Kent just missed the top 8. Made a great run, and Danielle, of course, here in the semifinals. But nice break there for Seidottel. Got to have a little bit of luck on your side, and
yeah, it looks like she's just playing a little bit more direct. This was high. But let's see what she does on the left lane.
So that shot this week easily could have been a big 4 or cave it in for the 3-bagger. Now it's Seidottel leaving the 7-pin. Looks like brand new pins as well, so the carry going to be a little bit different. They're a little stubborn when they're new.
Yeah, but I think as well this is when you come from, let's say, from a high scoring environment, you come into step in an arena and you get this, you know, you will be more frustrated, let's say. These girls been bowling like this all week long, and you can expect a 7 and 10. So I think they will be all right. I think it will not affect them so much.
Ball speed a little bit slower there, it looked like. And that one creeps high, but gets to trip the 4-pin. And McEwen now doubles up. Let's take a look at the scoreboard there. You see McEwen down 10 pins now after 5 frames. Definitely not a lot of strings of strikes this week. Spares very important. Grinding out 2-0, 2-10. Meant a great week for you here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup.
Well, she's locked in on the left one now.
Big shot there for Danielle. Take a look at the replay. There was no doubt about that shot. Dead flush, 10 back for the 2016 USBC Team USA Trials champion. That's how she found her way here to the World Cup. That is the qualifying for this event for Team USA. Trying to improve on a pair of fourth place finishes back in 2012 and 13. But trying to stand in her way, Shaidatul Hamidi of Malaysia.
Yeah, that's... That went too far right for her at the back, so... Still again, 9 spare.
All right, take a look at the scores. Got ourselves a match here. Rick Vogelsang, coach of Switzerland, joining us for the women's championship round here in Shanghai. We're in the special arena setting here at the Luan Sports Complex. 2 lanes installed in the basketball arena. Shaidatul avoids trouble there again. Lucky to leave just the 7, her 3rd consecutive 9 count. Danielle has the momentum. Certainly has the motivation to step up and deliver here, and the experience.
Another great shot.
All right, McCune now with the 4-bagger. Let's take a look at the replay. She is locked in, as you said.
Yeah. Here she played it a bit more to the outside, but it had a huge backhand.
So traditionally, the World Cup scores a little bit higher. This time, it's 42-foot pattern for a variety of reasons. Played a little bit more challenging for the players. I think many appreciated the challenge and the premium on shot making. Obviously, the ones who bowled well really appreciated it. But Danielle making it look pretty easy right now.
Yes, and I think she will be pretty happy with these lanes today.
So we bowled the whole event downstairs at House Bowling, 24-lane center. Split 12 and 12 with an aisle down the middle. And now 2 brand new lanes up here in the arena. Danielle keeps throwing shots like that. They might name this the Danielle McCune Arena.
Yes. Yes. play the exact same line and
There's a look at the scores. McEwen can shoot 259, and Scheidottel can get to 237. She's going to finish first and put the pressure on McEwen for the 10th frame.
she has been pretty strong in the 10th frame, so it's not over yet.
That creeps high, trips the floor again.
Just a little bit more left at the break point than the ball before.
So it looks like the players have a little bit of room up here on the arena. Different perspective for us even after watching all week long. They're a little bit higher up here. And you know, Rick, you had your players out there, and obviously a lot of adjusting needed to be done. And now it all comes down to a couple of shots here in the 10th for Scheidottel.
Yeah. It's been for her like, well, it's not. You know, we've seen her also during the the top 24, top 8. It's a strike, 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 spare, spare, then 9th frame, 10th frame, finishing very strong.
Well, as a coach, your player just stepped up. She went a little bit high, tripped to 4. What do you tell her to calm her down in that situation to throw as good of a shot as we just saw?
It's just probably to try to get, get her mind of it, get her relaxed. So what you don't want to do is that they even tense up even more because what we're going to do, what we're going to do. Just try to relax and make them, confident in that they can produce a good shot.
All right, by my calculations here, Danielle will need 8 spare strike or better to win this game. She can shoot 259 max score. Hamidi with the 236. There's a look at the score. Back to the action.
That's a perfect answer.
Well, that takes the spare shooting out of play right there.
Yep.
Only way to not have to worry about that is just throw it the best that you have all day and send 10 pins back.
And both knew that this was one hell of a shot. There was no doubt about that one.
McEwen gonna take a deep breath here, and she's working on 6 consecutive strikes. Getting comfortable and ready to think ahead to the championship match here.
Oh, a bit wide. Yeah. He just missed it now a little bit more, and there's the 10 pin, but it doesn't matter anymore.
All right, so Coach, as you're sitting here watching these couple of matches here, and it does look like the players have a little bit of room. That's got to help loosen the arm swing a little bit, I would think.
Yeah, it looks they almost look more comfortable over here than downstairs. Scoring pace is better, that's for sure.
All right, well, we've got the best of the best here. Coming up next, the championship match here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Danielle McEwen will take on Sweden's Jenny Wegner for the title. Already improved on the 4th place finishes from 2012 and 2013. And now looking to win it all here in McEwen.
Yeah.
248-236 over Malaysia's Shaidatul Hamidi.
This could be also again a good match.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the title match for the 52nd QubicaAMF World Cup.
接下来，让我们用热烈的掌声，邀请成功晋级第52届QubicaAMF保龄球大赛的决赛的选手。
Would you give a big warm welcome to Jenny Wegner from Sweden?
来自瑞典的 Jenny Wegner。
And the opponent this afternoon from the United States of America, Danielle McElwain.
来自美国队的 Daniel McElwain。
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes practice and then the title match will begin.
接下来是5分钟的练习时间，紧接着比赛即将开始。
Sweden, Jenny Wegner, and from the United States of America, Danielle McAway.
女士们、先生们，来自瑞典的 Jenny Winger 和来自美国的 Daniel McAway。
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now ready for our championship match here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Team USA's Danielle McEwen taking on Sweden's Jenny Wegner. Big moment here for both players. And for Danielle, fourth place finishes at this event in 2012 and 13. Already improved on that. Looking to get the job done here. I believe the last woman from the United States to win this event was Deandra Asbady a decade ago in 2006. And for Sweden, they did win here on the women's side in 1991 in Beijing. Last time the event was in China. And swept the titles in 1986. So pretty neat there, and that possibility is still alive here today with Martin Larson in the step ladder or in the semifinals for the men. So this is Matt Cannizzaro for Bowl TV. And joined in the booth by Rick Vogelsang, coach of Switzerland. Here all week, obviously, with among the other 83 countries represented at the World Cup this year. A great turnout, 81 men, 63 women. And now we're down to our final two ladies. On the way to the final, Wegner defeated top seed Bernice Lim, 224-207. And McEwen stepped up, delivered a strike in the 10th frame to seal the 248-236 win over Shaidat Al-Hamidi of Malaysia. Now for both players, Rick, this left lane has been a little bit tricky.
Yes.
Hooking early.
Yeah, and during the warm-up, Danielle looked very, very comfortable in both lanes. And Jenny just started with the same ball that she played the first match, but didn't have a good look. Switched to another ball and worked out pretty well for her so far.
Our second frame for McEwen. She goes high, leaves the 6-10. And Rick, some historical implications here. Just FYI for everybody out there, for Mr. Barnes. He is part of the only husband and wife tandem to win at the World Cup. His wife, Linda, took home the title in 2005, Chris winning 2014. So now he also returns as the coach of Team USA. So the potential to see the World Cup from many perspectives, of course, watching from home as his wife won.
Yes.
And then as a player and now as a coach.
There is only one then left. One of his kids.
And Chris with twin sons, so definitely still a possibility. Long way to go until we're celebrating or hoisting the trophy here in Shanghai. Just the second frame. And Wegner leads early with a double. Danielle McEwen going to step up here on the left lane. It's been tricky for all of the players so far today. I think, again, it's whoever figures out that lane and whoever can carry for a double or 3 in a row, or based on what we've seen, maybe 8 in a row.
Great shot.
So we're bowling on a 42-foot pattern. Did not yield very many high scores this week. 200 was a great score. High game of the week, 290 a couple times. Bernice Lim from Singapore and Ileana Lamelli from Mexico. One player, 2 players had the front 9, and that was about it. So no excitement for 300, not any huge scores. And
well, maybe it's still going to come. We still have some games left. The re-oil, the redressing of the lanes after every game could help as well.
So Jenny got that one wide, the 2-4-5. Now, Rick, of all the games we watched this week, it was 36 total. and missing to the right. I would say there's probably not a lot of room outside.
No. And as you can, if the people watching it, it's when they do the replay and when you watch where the ball is, you know, furthest to the right, you can see, you know, there is hardly any room. You know, you miss a little bit too far right, 1.5 board, and it's you know, it's a 10 pin or even worse.
Say in our other semifinal with McEwen and Hamidi, it looked like players were able to open up the lane a little bit more, but again, you don't want to miss wide right like we just saw Yenny do, as that's not going to make it back. So this 42-foot pattern definitely challenged the players, and I think they appreciated it. And now we're seeing two of the best battle for the title here in Shanghai.
Yes, it's the difference. The difference you can see as well on the left. You miss slightly in, and it just walks. You know, just runs away. It is. I think this is going to be the crucial lane. You know, that determines, you know, who's going to be the champion.
All right, here's McEwen working on a strike, and the open frame by Wegner in the fourth could be a huge opportunity for Danielle here stepping up. Got that one a little bit right as well, but the speed's slow enough. It made it back, and she leaves just a 7. Chris Barnes looking
Also,
a little perplexed.
Yes.
I think he thought that shot was going to make it back, and it almost did, but just not powerful enough to get number 7 to tip over. All right, we'll take a look at the score in just a moment. McEwen can take the advantage now. Almost leaves the 7-10. The 7 goes.
Yep.
But McEwen up 5 now after 4. So it looks like we've got either early hook or hang to the right. It's starting to look a little more like what we've seen all week downstairs at House Bowling.
Yes.
Again, we're in a special arena setting for the finals. 2 lanes installed in the basketball arena up here at Luan Sports Complex. The rest of the event, 36 games held downstairs in the bowling center, 24-lane center.
I think our heartbeat just went up a little bit on that spare.
There's McEwen and Barnes talking through what just happened in those 2 frames. A little bit light, left the 7-pin, and then nearly a 7-10 on the left lane. Here's Yenny stepping up, down 5 after 4 frames. Great shot. Snaps out the 10.
Yeah, that came from a long way.
Let's look at the replay now. Got a giant screen above the lanes as we are being.
She was at least 4 boards more right and just found friction.
Being taped for Chinese television right now. And you're watching here on Bowl TV. We've been here all week long. Excited to bring the conclusion of this year's World Cup. Our two-time defending champion, Clara Guerrero of Colombia, finished 12th. She was looking to become the first person in history to win this event 3 consecutive years. Also would have been the first woman to win 3 times. Again, she made the round of 24, came up a little bit short, and finished 12th overall. We also had two-time champion Alma Guerra of the Dominican Republic here, looking to become the first 3-time winner on the women's side. She finished 17th. Danielle is going to reset. Got a lot of folks in the venue here, so picture yourself at a basketball game, essentially, in a big college or high school gym. Even bigger, a 3,000-seat gym. And 2 bowling lanes right down the middle of the court. On the way to the final today, McEwen defeated Shaidal Hamidi of Malaysia 248-236. And we got
some
3 kids running around in the bleachers, and now they're about to get in trouble in front of 2,000 people.
Yes, that's going to be detention for them for 3 months. This, yes.
Danielle McEwen comes from a big family. A couple of sisters and a brother. I'm sure they've been a little bit rowdy at the bowling center before, and she's used to it. She's laughing it off, and especially if she can get up and throw a good shot here.
That's the only way you can do it.
All right, here's McEwen.
And that's her answer.
Delivers, absolutely. Yenny stepping up and doubling. And McEwen answers, but trails by 5 now. So Yenny opened up with a double, and then doubled in the 5th and 6th. We'll take a look at the scoreboard now while we have an opportunity. And there it is. So that double swinging the momentum back for Swedish superstar. Coming up next on the men's side, we've got number 1 seed Martin Larson taking on Irish two-hander Chris Sloan. And another match will be local standout Wang Hongbo of China will take on Anze Gravahan of Slovenia. So last time a bowler from the host country won this event, 1981. So Hongbo looking to make some history. And for Anze, best finish in history for Slovenia already. So we'll have a lot to talk about during the men's final. But now it's all about the ladies.
That's also a great shot.
Begner up, working on 3 consecutive strikes, leads by 5. We're in the 8th frame. 4 in a row, and McEwen has to answer here. Take a look. There is the scoreboard. All right, back to the action. McEwen up, working on a double, 8th frame. This is the championship match of the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup in Shanghai. 10 won't go, Messenger won't get it.
Nope.
Danielle in trouble here with 2 frames to go.
Went wide again at the back and just didn't come back enough.
Jenny will finish first. She can shut out McEwen. Here's Danielle in the 9th frame. High again, 6-10. The best she'll be able to shoot is 216. It may not matter if Jenny can deliver in the 9th and 10th.
Well, we've seen crazier things happen during the week, so.
Danielle converts. Now, Jenny's going to step up and try to win it here with Danielle on the bench. Here's a look at the scores.
That is not what she was hoping for.
Definitely never an easy spare.
Nope.
And now
Not under these conditions.
on the biggest stage in bowling this year, the World Cup final. She covers it, so a mark and count will do it. Here's a look at the scores. You see them off to the left of your screen.
15 ahead.
Best McEwen can do is 216.
And there
She
it is.
gets the strike, absolutely. Sweden just need to keep it on the lane and the celebration can begin. there's a look at the score. She needed a mark and count, got the strike. Now keep it on the lane. Jenny Wegner, your 2016 World Cup champion. Gets the 4 to go for the double. And this one is over. The World Cup headed back to Sweden. And the last time Sweden claimed a women's title, Rick, was 1991 in Beijing, China.
Wow.
.231. 3 strikes in the 10th. McEwen's going to wrap things up here. Great week for Danielle. Came in as the number 2 seed. Had her sights set on the top 4. Improved on her previous finishes of 4th place in 2012 and 2013. But just going to be a little bit short here in the final. We knew it was going to be a matter of who was able to carry and who was able to figure out that tricky left lane.
Yeah.
And Jenny Wegner with a 9-strike, .231. She left a baby split and missed it to 310 in the 4th frame. Followed that up with 4 consecutive strikes. And then stepped up in the 10th and delivered for the title again. First time for Sweden taking home the women's title since 1991 in Beijing. The final shot for Danielle coming up here. She finishes with 204. Not going to be enough here against Jenny Wegner, your 2016 World Cup champion. We'll have the trophy presentation, I believe, out here on the lanes. And we'll put the mic up so you can hear the official presentation.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now start into the men's first and second finals. So this day here is where we choose the best lanes, and we'll have the first of the men's semi-final matches. Thank you.
同学们，这个第5场的 QubicaAMF 世界杯保龄球大赛第1轮。同学们，这边女子比赛已经结束，接下来是男子比赛。
And that is going to do it from the women's final here at the 2016 QubicaAMF Bowling World Cup. Again, Jenny Wegner of Sweden defeats Team USA's Danielle McEwen 231-204 in the championship. World Cup going home with the Swedish woman for the first time since 1991. We'll have the men's semifinals coming up next here on Bowl TV. We do appreciate everybody tuning in here. This is Matt Cannizzaro, and we appreciate having Switzerland coach Rick Vogelsang on with us throughout the women's semifinals and final. It's been a great week here in Shanghai. And congratulations all around to all the bowlers from 84 countries, 81 men and 63 women, and we now have a champion. It is Jenny Wegner of Sweden. Folks, that's the news for now. We'll be back with the men's semifinals coming up in just a few minutes. Appreciate everybody being here for Bowl TV. This is Matt Cannizzaro. We'll be right back.